What's up everybody, it's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video. In today's video we have some news to talk about as well as some Challengers news and drama and standings to talk about at the end of the video. And as always, we will be doing it off the script. Before we hop into the video though, don't forget to leave a like down below if you enjoy it. Leave a comment down below as well. I'd like to get some more comments, get a little bit of discussion going. I love discussion in the comments. I'll always reply to your comments. Let me know how you feel about some of the stuff, especially the Challenger stuff. And subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the content and looking for more of it. So with all that said, let's hop right into the video. As you see here, the London Royal Ravens have finally made it official, like we talked about in one of yesterday's videos. Zero has been released officially, as well as their coach Dominate. You see London's tweet says, "It's with a heavy heart we announce the release of Zero and Coach Dominate from the Royal Ravens. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have been unable to get both individuals into the U.S. and implement the plan we had for this season." So that's kind of unfortunate. I know that was the case with Zero. I didn't realize Dominate. Like, I don't pay attention so much to the coaches, not all of them. Some of the coaches we hear more from and know more about, but I don't know if he was even coaching at all, if he was coaching, from the EU, or if he wasn't coaching at all because he couldn't get to the US. I don't know, but regardless, he is no longer with London, so that's obviously unfortunate. I know he said that he's not sure what he's going to do. He thinks he's going to take some time off and then maybe get into the Challenger scene and coach some there, so that's good for him, stick around in the scene and probably get back into the CDL at some point in the future when he can get to the US. So, unfortunate situation for those guys, but the move is now official. They have both been released. Moving along to today's matches, we have two matches today, kicking off the week. As you see there in the top left of the picture, we have the New York Subliners versus the London Royal Ravens, and then we have the Atlanta FaZe versus the LA Thieves. So, the second match, obviously the more interesting and more intriguing match of the two. New York and London should be pretty straightforward. New York just beat FaZe. London, the worst team in the league, or at least by standings, they're the worst team in the league. And right now, they're definitely a bottom two team along with Paris. Both those teams struggling. But that FaZe versus LA Thieves match is very interesting, especially with the way LA Thieves has been playing since their roster change, and the fact that FaZe have been struggling. To their standards, struggling is still a top two team in the league, but they have been struggling a little bit. Their hard points are a little bit vulnerable, so we'll see how it goes. The LA Thieves, like I said, playing well. The searches should be interesting because, FaZe is very good at search, but I think at least on paper, LA Thieves have a pretty good search roster. We'll just see how they step up and perform against a team like the Atlanta FaZe, who is very, very good at search with all that pressure they put on the map. So that's an interesting match, and I'm excited to see how that goes. Also, be on the lookout tonight for the video. I'll have a video up after the two matches to talk about the matches and whatever else goes on, any drama we have between then and now. So be on the lookout for that. Let's throw it over to Temp to see how he feels about this week's matches. Right there, you see Temp and Kenny, and I will leave any comments to you, but I will just say it looks like those two are ready to fry. That's all I'll say about that, and we will move over to Wuskin. He says, "I would do some nasty things to run it up in Challengers with the GOAT himself, Zero." That would be interesting. I would say right now, any EU Challengers teams who are doing well and looking forward, to their team continuing to perform throughout the season, look out. If those two guys form an AR duo in Challengers, that would be an elite AR duo. That'd be a good AR duo for the CDL, let alone the EU Challengers team, which is full of talent, so it's not like anything's easy. We've seen multiple times from numerous people in the NA side of things, they fall down from the CDL to the Challenger scene. You think they'll just wreak havoc and destroy everybody, but that's not the case a lot of the time. Challengers is stacked with talent, so there's no givens, but I think a team of Wuskin and Trey would for sure, Zero, would for sure be a very, very good team, or at least a very good AR duo, and if they can just get a decent SMG duo around them, they'd do some damage for sure, but we'll see how it goes there. And finally, we're going to move over to the Challenger scene now. So, these are the results from last night's matches. Let you look at them here, just talk about a few of them. NYSL Academy got off to a rough start on their night. They were playing, they had a chance to play for a top 2 seed, but they lose to Easter 3-1, and they lose to Triumph 3-1, so that pretty much took care of any of their chances into the top 2 seeds, and the worry was just, making the top 6, but they did. They beat LAG 3-0, so they are in the top 6, which is all that matters. UT Crew came out, looked solid again, still have only lost one search and destroy all season. They beat BBG, and they smoked Triumph pretty bad. The LAG Academy beat Fantastic Four Methodz team 3-2. Easter also beat LAG Academy 3-1. So, as you see, the Fantastic Four versus TMNT, which is Parasite's team, that match has not been finished. A little bit of drama with that one we'll get to in a minute, but that is an important match when you look over here at the standings, because the bottom two seeds, as we know, they get relegated. They have to earn their spot through a qualifying tournament, for season 4 of Challengers, and then teams 3 through 6, they play a knockout bracket in order to get to the top 4. Then the 2 winners from that knockout bracket, along with the top 2 seeds, play in the playoffs. So basically, the 2 losers from the knockout bracket and the bottom 2 teams get relegated and have to re-earn their spot, and the top 4 teams after the playoffs get their spot for the next stage. So UT Crew and Easter, they are locked in, and then NYSL Academy, I think they're guaranteed 3 seed. Maybe not. They might fall to 4, but regardless, they will be in the top 6. Basically, when you look at it, TMNT is 2-4, Fantastic Four is 3-3. So if Fantastic Four would win, they would finish 4-3 and be either the 3 or 4 seed, and TMNT would be the bottom 2 seed, and they wouldn't even make the knockout bracket. But if TMNT win, they would be 3-4. Fantastic Four would be 3-4. So basically, there'd be 4 teams tied at 3-4, with one of them having to be knocked down into the bottom 2, which means, no knockout bracket for them, no playoffs for them. They would be automatically relegated. So it's definitely a big match. I think Fantastic Four should be favored, but we've seen crazier things happen. I mean, TMNT, I forget who they beat. They pulled a pretty big upset the other day. So even though they're only 2-4, crazier things have happened. And just looking at the way the map count would play out, I think if TMNT would win and make everybody 3-4, I think LAG then would be the odd team out. But I'm not 100% sure looking at the map counts. I think it would depend how the matches play out and what the score is. But if Fantastic Four win, it won't matter. They will be, like I said, either 3 or 4, and TMNT will be out. So that's an important match, and it's a shame we didn't get to see the end of it, which did lead to some drama over here. We'll go back. So these tweets were deleted. I had them liked and ready to go for this video, and then Methodz deleted them. He was obviously mad, though. He said, just won a map 6-2 in a qualifying Elite Series match, and it's being fully replayed because there was no ref in the lobby. It was streamed on multiple player channels and the CDL Challengers YouTube. So, first thing you see this, you're like, okay, that's kind of stupid. A ref's important. I get it. So if there's no ref in the match, I understand a little bit why it would need to be replayed. I think the big thing, though, is why did it wait until the whole entire map was played out until they decided to reset it? But then it gets even worse. Make sure you can see that. He says, sorry, not because there was no ref in the lobby, because the ref didn't tell us we can start the game. So that's just really bad. That's just pathetic. What does it matter if the ref didn't say you can start? If the ref's there to watch, the players start, the players play the entire map, one team wins 6-2, and then you tell them it doesn't count. So basically they will have to replay that entire search, even though we all saw it. We all saw Fantastic Four win the map easily. The whole entire map will be played, I guess, today sometime, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. So obviously it would be very frustrating for Fantastic Four if they would end up losing the search this time around, maybe losing a couple extra maps, and all of a sudden their seed falls from maybe the 3 seed down to the 5 or 6 seed. So it could definitely be frustrating for them, for sure. I understand that, and there's nothing they can do. I mean, there's no forfeit. Parasite's team, his competitive integrity, maybe he could think about forfeiting. I don't know if he would, but he can't, so it doesn't matter. Regardless, they will be playing this map, and that's the way it goes. Parasite says here on Twitter, match rescheduled for tomorrow starting off 0-1. Can the scuffed pickup team defeat an entire pro team? Find out in the next episode. So yeah, it is. Talent-wise, like I said earlier, Fantastic Four should be favored with Methodz, Slacked, Fire, and Decimate. I don't know if Decimate, I assume he was in the pros at some capacity. He hasn't been yet this year, but they, Methodz, Slacked, and Fire obviously were all in the pros this year. And then Parasite's team of Lamagod, Mochilla, and Glory, not so much. Like he says, a scuff pickup team, they joined pretty much the day before or the day of the qualifiers, qualified, and here they are looking to play themselves out of relegation. But it's a tough match for them for sure. One that, like I said, I don't favor them in, but they're going to need to win it if they want a fighting chance at staying alive and moving on to the knockout bracket and hopefully the playoff bracket. But we're just going to have to see how it plays out. That's what we know for now. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, like I said, please leave a like down below, a comment down below as well with your thoughts on what we talked about. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the CDL and the Challengers content and looking for more of it in your subscriber box. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoy the Call of Duty matches tonight, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.